Hello, everybody. It's us again. I'm Zach, otherwise known as Great Zamino. I use he, him pronouns, and I am here to welcome all of you back to The Hole in the World, an actual play set in the Invisible Sun RPG by Monte Cook Games. As I've already introduced myself, so now it has come time for me to introduce my fine cast of friends, starting with, on the left side of the overlay, Marcy, if you'd like to get started.
That's me. Well, if you're still watching this show, you know that I am still, unfortunately, Marcy. You can find me around the internet under Experimental Madness. I am a writer, I am an editor, and I also occasionally play some pretty batshit crazy characters with some batshit crazy people, which I do mean affectionately.
Do you happen to recall who you are playing now?
Let me see. It's been a minute, but I believe her name is Gabrielle once Glinsky. Now she's referring to herself by her actual last name, Kazan, and she is, hang on, I gotta do my magic trick, the iconoclastic ardent apostate who hosts a choir.
Yes, absolutely.
Got it!
Okay. Moving down the overlay, Bill, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Bill, and I am playing Maurice Webb, who is he? He is a stalwart empath of the Order of Weavers who turns tales into reality.
Excellent. Moving over to the other side of the overlay, Hopper, if you'd like to introduce yourself. Are you muted?
No, I'm not. Apparently, the mic decided I was. Sorry. Let me repeat that for one, so you can hear it. Make me.
Choosing fighting words already. This is gonna be a fun session.
No. I'm Hopper. My pronouns are they them, and I am all over the internet. But more relevantly, right now, I'm playing Twig. Well,
actually, that question is up for debate, like literally right now.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
So right now, I'm playing somebody. It could be Twig. I'm cheating. I don't remember this shit. A mendicant gallant apostate who heralds beginnings. Ugh.
You know what I love? A beginning.
Who doesn't love a beginning?
I'm leaving.
You can't see this, but I'm beginning right now.
Oh, no. And finally, Wait, what?
Or I could be playing Okris, an iconoclastic ardent apostate who heralds endings. Get fucked. It could be two people. We're gonna find out. We're gonna
Could be
flip
three
a coin.
people.
Could be
Shut up. We're not gonna invite that demon into this space.
Apparently y'all already did that.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Also, technically, I think it's a vampire, but still.
Finally, Marissa, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Marissa. I have she, her pronouns. I'm an editor of books, TTRPGs, video games, also known as Critical Kitten, with various punctuation here and there across the internet. And I play Kiri von Hollingsworth, who is the first assistant librarian of the Order of the Vance, guardian of Zaleska's Grimoire, curator of King Nine's library. She is the Maven of Mirrors. She recently got a Seed of Truth, and she is a stoic. Aromatic stoic who understands the words. And I did that in the wrong order, but I think all the pieces are there.
Excellent. I think even if it's the wrong order, it's totally fine, as long as you kind of captured everything.
Hey, I like to create little puzzles for people, so if you really want to know what I meant to say, you have to figure it out, because I made you a little puzzle. Isn't that fun?
I hope you guys been playing
No.
Blueprints. All right.
You and your riddles.
It is an enigma. Anyhow, so where were we? Well, before we answer that question, let me put on a little bit of music, and it's unique now because finally anybody who has the Roll20 link can actually listen to the music the players couldn't before. So let's go be fun, guys. Where were we? So, in our previous episode, our fine Vizsla found themselves on the path to the night side of Green through a massive hollow that had been exhibiting some manner of extra-dimensional energy within the garden of Twig's making. And the more you journeyed into the night side of Green, the more it became apparent that Twig's own nature is as equally rapacious and as kind of over-verdant as this world, or at least you would have found that to be the case, or later did, but not before being stopped by the Demagon, the warden of the night side, who required a sacrifice from each of you before entering into his realm. Demagon, this massive, titanic, almost rotting satyr-like colossus, approached each of you, looking for your sacrifice made as an offering to him and to his realm. All of you basically did your best to kind of skirt around this requirement, but he would not accept anything but total appeasement in this regard. So each of you have made your sacrifices, with the exception of Kiri, who we found he made clear was a vector for a completely different kind of propagating disease, virus, some other entity. And all of you made your sacrifices, but not before Twig tried to induce an awakening within the interior growth of Demagon, forcing this warden to fight off a version of Twig that seems to have tried to extrude itself from his corpus. While Demagon was busy taking on this challenge, all of you made a mad dash for the heart of the night side of the Green, where Twig, you had encountered your previous in your previous sojourn into night side of the Green, something that you knew was pointing the way towards your heart because of the multiphasic compass. On your way there, you encountered a couple of things. You encountered the body of one of Demagon's tenders, who had died and been destroyed, or had been left to rot within the realm of the night side. And Kiri, you found yourself in a mirrored hallway at one point, absconding away from your companions, where you learned perhaps a lie, or perhaps it's the truth. Something no less terrifying in either way. You discovered, at least according to this mirrored reflection of yourself, that you are considered a kind of ally, a natural ally to these creatures, to the mirror denizens, because you were not born from who you had thought would be your mother. You were created by Allegra von Hollingsworth. You refused to accept this knowledge in spite of the attestations and proclamations of the love of these mirror denizens. And they left you in this moment to grapple with this knowledge and to self-reflect on this, even while the seed itself, the seed of inner truth inside of you, remained quiet. So, finding yourself outside of that place, you entered, all of you, after some kind of comforting and some kind of shoring up of your inner morale, you explored deeper into this cave within the night side of the Green, the multiphasic compass pointing you towards a plinth on which rested a silver vine-encrusted, dual-chambered heart. And it's this moment where we pick back up and find you. So, this being the case, I think we need a little bit of different music here. Twig, as far as you know, you are staring at your heart on this plinth.
Phrase "as far as you know" is so fucking ominous. But yeah, what's the vibes here?
It is eerily quiet in this cavern. There is no one else besides you and your companions. It is almost as though a field, and you notice in this cave that the only kind of thing that's growing is this kind of silver ivy. That otherwise there is no additional growth within this cave. There is no kind of cancerous vine or fauna and flora invading in. For whatever reason, it's been kind of relegated off, as though it was kind of exuding something to repel anything alive that might kind of attempt to, basically act as a foundation breaker.
Yeah, I know that. Just at I guess a player knowledge level, silver has like antimicrobial affects, which is part of why it's so good for silverware. But I think Twig is feeling a little confident. This is a place that feels more at home than anywhere else. Just because this particular twist reeks of Jiren the Devoured. I think that the memory of Jiren in multiple different variations, the fucking 9 lives of Jiren the Devoured, this motherfucker who just won't die. I think Twig is I don't know, they're riding high. This is their home turf. This is their world. And they're kind of more than their world, too. I think this is the energy of coming home to a small town and being, oh, I'm way scarier than this place.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna kind of glance at the others and then walk forward very quickly. Fortinbras in one hand, this awakened fractal revolver-looking thing, and their hand ready to do whatever is necessary to claim their, their vital organs.
As you step forward, one hand grasping this awakened weapon, another hand moving as if to grasp this heart, you feel an ache in the center of your chest, where the wound is, where you have bound your body, as if to kind of hide the abscess within you. And as you kind of move forward, that wound begins to pulse. Anybody else in this room, you begin to notice a slight shape, change in the tint of the light. There are all manners of lurid greens and orangey reds beginning to kind of pulse and glow out of what seem to be like the veins that encircle this heart. And that's when you hear thum 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 as one side begins to pick up the rhythm of the other.
Does anything stop Twig as they continue their forward trajectory?
I think Gav would actually put a hand on your shoulder, Twig, just for a second. Part of my D&D brain was like, I want to check for traps, but that is actually what I do want to do. This feels easy. And I don't trust like that. So I just want to maybe ask if I can perceive or sense, as if like if you were to move this thing from its pedestal, if there's anything that we're not seeing.
Yeah, is it going to trigger a giant rolling boulder?
Exactly that, yes. I'm afraid of an Indiana
Or
Jones type situation.
Okay. Go ahead and make me, you can make me a perception roll or an intellect roll if you're looking for particular mechanisms.
I would love to do a perception. I'm going to juice it. A little bit of Bane there.
Mm-hmm.
I think during this, Twig turns and looks at Gav, staring, and then looks back, kind of like being like, eh.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know her well enough by now that she's not doing it to annoy you. You know when she's trying to do something just to be awful. But this time you can kind of see that it's like...
The energy is very much like a teenager who's being told to wear a helmet on the bicycle. Knows that it's smart, but is still irritated.
Okay.
And what is my goal here? What's the number?
I'm going to say that... just tell me what you roll. If you get above the threshold of human ability, which is 13, I will give you a lot of information. However, if you roll below that, I'll give you a good surface level of information.
Okay, that is max on my dice.
Mm-hmm.
So it is 11.
Okay, so you rolled a 9. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, I rolled a 10.
You rolled a
D20.
0.
Oh. It doesn't work like that. I've been playing too many other games lately.
So I will say, even with a 2, you don't see any mechanisms. There is nothing within this room. It is nobody trapped it. Nobody has set up any kind of elaborate mechanisms or any kind of like booby trap or treacherous kind of snare. What you do kind of get in waves off of this object, this this organ, is that it is absurdly powerful, and it is beginning to effulge light. As you realize, the closer Twig gets to it.
And that is what. Yeah, and that doesn't mean anything to me. So I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maurice at this time, I think, has been kind of keeping Kiri steady. Mm-hmm. Kiri, does it look like you need to be kept steady? Maurice is doing it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think true to her stoic nature, Kiri is extremely neutral. Like she's in this, but like if you know her well, you know this is not necessary. Like she looks extra steady on the outside, but actually she's like hardcore dissociating. And I think she's very, very like watching Twig what's happening with the heart. But like you get a sense, probably Maurice, since you're kind of being attentive in this direction, that like she is repressing some shit and she does not want to talk about it, and she's like, great, something to do, it's something over here, something involving Twig, let's do that.
And Maurice just whispers to her, it's getting brighter.
I think like Kiri starts, I can only imagine that's not a good thing.
Stay frosty.
I think she can't help like a slight half smile at that. Cold might be the least of our problems in a moment.
Okay. Twig, it's down to you.
I think Twig kind of looking at Gav, and there is a sense of resentment, but also what's the word I'm looking for? It's not complacency, but appeasement. Resentment and appeasement. And Twig is going to manifest a Forte ability. Specifically, the Forte ability, Resilient Vessel.
Uh-huh.
This is... I'm going to upcast it by 2. Let me double check that I have that juice.
Mm-hmm.
Because... yes, I'm gonna upcast that by 2.
Okay.
So it is gonna be a level 8 ability. And Twig, you watch as Twig gathers in some of the whatever life is around them, and it starts to, like, I think you said there's like grass that's been pushed back, like this kind of sharp broad-leafed grass begins to almost eel-like slither up in a huge swarm, weaving together and forming this scintillating armor. It seems to be woven together, that but also uncomfortably alive around them.
All of you notice as kind of like this scintillating grass, as it weaves together and forms armor, it also almost begins to effulge and to pulse in time, almost kind of like waving with, like, it's almost as though wind is flattening the grass against their body in time with the effulgence of light, as if it's kind of gently pushing. It's not trying to attack or do any kind of damage, it's just... it is exuding a force, not unlike a breeze or a wind.
Do Fortes trigger the Sooth deck?
They do.
Hell yeah.
Our first card pull. Oh my. The Jackal. The Nemesis.
We're back.
And we're back. The nemesis of mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone.
Incredible.
Yeah. Meanings: intimidation, power, ruthlessness, dark magic, and necromancy. This intimidating fellow is a dread figure to be certain. The Jackal represents everything Nons fear about Vizsla: threatening displays of destructive power, dark, soul-twisting spells, ruthless, unforgiving magic that taps into death, demons, and worse. Power for power's sake. He is a selfish, megalomaniacal figure willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. The Jackal is the nemesis of the Mysteries family. Many believe, however, that he is a literal being and not just a symbol on a card. Some believe all royalty cards show real immortal beings. If he is real, he is some kind of diabolic figure that not only uses dark magic, but offers it to others willing to use his methods. A dire omen of dark magic and ruthlessness. The Jackal bides his time, waiting to escort us into death personally. So, is your intention to touch the organ?
When you put it like that.
We still doing phrasing?
Phrasing!
Yeah.
So, as you touch the heart, the beating stops and comes to a dead halt, and then thunders. But as it comes to a stop, the first sound you hear before the beat fills all of your ears, you hear the hiss and the pop of glass as you see that the multiphasic compass attached to your belt explodes and shatters. Having found your heart's desire, it is no longer of use. And the problem with getting what we want is we get what we want. And all of you feel a massive wave of red and green and dark power radiate and fill your vision completely with black. All of you take a despair as something pulls inexorably you out of this cave, and you feel all around you darkness close as all of the cave around you disappears.
God damn If it's these motherfuckers, I'm going to be so irritated.
And you hear something new.
Definitely despair and not anguish or whatever.
Despair.
I mean, I'll take that as level up.
You begin hearing the soft sounds of misted condensed rain on leaves, of birds and other fauna chirping in the night. As the light begins to kind of recoalesce into a kind of moonlight, all of you find yourselves in a deep, dark forest. A little bit lighter than the darkness that engulfed you, but no less ominous.
Are we, like, standing up? Have we just been teleported? Are we in the same positions we were before?
I would say that you're all standing in the same position. You feel as though you have been kind of pulled. You have that sensation of being pulled in via teleportation that may say something like which step might exert over you. But you find yourself surrounded in woods that are not at all familiar to you.
Does this still look cancerous and night side greeny?
Twig, what does it look like? Your mind forest.
Oh, god damn it. It's not nearly as rapacious. Surprisingly, Twig's mind forest. I'm so mad at this phrasing. The forest, the dark places of Twig's mind are primordial. It's, there is the sense of, vastness and depth. Like you are standing at the feet of colossal ancient trees that have stood for longer than you can even imagine. And the rolling under canopy is mostly moss and ferns. There's very little light reaching down here at the base. It is cool and damp, and there's just the sense of like kind of the electric sense of life in the air, almost like quite literally it feels like you're almost touching like you have your hand next to a live wire and you can feel the current kind of pulsing through you.
Excellent. As one or two of you take cautious steps forward, one of you hears a resounding crack under your foot. Which one of you is it?
It's probably me, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You look down. There is the cracked spine of a hardcover Pulp Fiction novel.
What novel is it?
You can't see any text, as though almost like there's a marquee for the text that has been removed. You do have the shape of the marquee and could try to approximate the letter shapes, but it's not very readily apparent in this darkness. And as you flip open the book, there's this incredible kind of image of, in kind of saturated colors of a kind of a detective reaching forward as if to punch a thug. But as you open the book, you realize that all of the pages are blank, as the blank whiteness of the pages reflect the moonlight in this dense forest, what little there is.
I think Kiri rushes over there, and I think she like almost, like as Gav is like looking at this book, like sort of props up this now stepped upon spine like a splint. Be careful.
And with some chagrin, you realize there's nothing of value left in these books. No information, no text.
She looks up at Gav. Have some respect for the dead. These are skeletons.
Sorry that I didn't realize I was going to be in a grave forest for books.
Is that where we are?
I don't know.
This has something to do with Twig.
And as you say that, I think Kiri just kind of almost, once again, kind of like your librarian nature asserting itself and researcher nature, your book mage, your inner book mage comes to life, and you realize that there is a trail of what look to be blank periodicals, blank Pulp Fiction novels, and like dime store paperbacks that have been kind of like cast aside. And they lead, you realize, to a very faint light in the distance.
I think Kiri points at the trail. Do you remember the story of Hansel and Gretel?
Yes.
It seems there are some breadcrumbs, and it seems there is a light in the distance.
Well, since you seem to have your bearings more than the rest of us, maybe you can lead the way.
Wait, do you have any idea where we are?
I think Twig is kind of standing there, like their arms kind of like down, just kind of their head back a little bit, just kind of like, yep. I hate to say it, but I think y'all are in me.
No.
Okay, see, this is why I'm glad we're not following the trail of books yet. All right, we are inside. Now, are we inside Cash? What are we inside?
As if in answer, you perk your ears up and you hear thump, 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 like a low, susurrus bass line just at the edge of your hearing.
If you're playing the drinking game, he said susurrus.
It's one of my favorite words.
I know.
Great one.
Wait, do you feel whole? Are you in distress?
No, this is where I go when I'm not here.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm glad
So
that you
we're
understand
trapped?
the severity of the situation, Maurice. Oh, fuck.
Okay, all right, what's that light?
I don't know. That's
Have you ever seen that light before?
Have I ever seen that light before, Zach?
Not in your recollection, but if you would like, you can attempt to make an intellect roll for me.
Fucking fire away, baby.
Remember, there is a nemesis up.
Oh. Don't worry, I also have anguish. Do I have an Yep, I do. Cool. I'm gonna roll. I guess I'm gonna put, fuck it, 3 bene in this because I have -2 to the. How much anguish is, or nemesis is how much? 2 or 1?
-1.
If it's yours, it's 2.
It's mysteries, rats, mirrors, and stone.
I'm Raven's books, flame, and something else.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you're okay. You're -1.
Fuck yeah. No, I'm -2 because I also have anguish.
Yeah.
But I put 3 in and I rolled an 8, so I'm about up to a 9.
Okay. You search your memory, and as you kind of really try to think hard, because everything feels so oddly familiar, all of you see almost like a vague holographic specter rush almost out of Twig's body. And when I say rush, it just kind of emerges. And you realize that whatever the specter is doing, it seems to be kind of doing so cautiously. And it seems to be kind of smuggling something, almost furtively kind of looking around for anything before moving towards the light in the distance. Whatever point in your existence this was, it seems to have coincided with you adopting a physical form after kind of Kesh's existence. So it's not. You realize, however, the thing you notice is that there is no bandage. Your body is whole as it moves past you.
If my body's whole, then what am I carrying?
It's a good question.
Right. Well, I guess we follow the weird ghost of me.
Do we all see that?
Yes. You realize as you kind of think to yourself, like, is this real? You realize, I think, Twig, that you thinking about this manifested it.
I'd like to think really, really hard about like a 3-layer cake.
You think really hard about it.
Does anything happen?
No.
I think
Go ahead.
one more crack and it's a pile of scones.
Nothing.
Fuck.
Maurice does like a physical inventory. Just like, is he some sort of avatar of himself, or he has everything that he had in the night side green, including all the mud stains and the sweat?
I think that as you're looking at this physical inventory, there is definitely kind of like mud stains, sweat, but it's not current. It's not contemporaneous with this version of Twig. The style of dress.
Myself.
Yourself.
Am I an avatar of Maurice in some weird ass place, or does it seem to me like everything that was in my pockets from where I was before is there now?
You do a self-assessment, a pat down.
Yeah.
And everything seems whole.
Are you still wearing that suit that was in your dad?
Was this the suit of the Sanguine Lily?
No, my dad gave me a suit that I'm no longer wearing.
Okay.
I'm still wearing the same green suit as before. Maurice says, well, I guess we're going to do what Kiri told us to do from the start, which is not unusual. Say, Kiri, do you have that book?
Book? Which book?
Sorry, I should be more.
I have many.
Do you
more
have
specific.
any idea how little that narrows it down?
The journal, the one.
The journal. I may.
Gav found it. Gave it to Trig. Trig gave it to you.
Yes.
The Tender's Journal?
Yes. Tending the
Yeah.
night side green.
She absolutely does still have it and produces it.
And Maurice will use his ability Rapid Read.
Okay.
And he can read an entire book in a minute. And so he does that while we walk down the trail.
Excellent. Okay. So, as you guys are walking down the trail, does anybody else do anything in addition?
Just some scouting. I think it's all Gav can really think to do at this moment in time is seeing if we're really alone outside of Twig and their projection.
Mm-hmm.
If there's something else stalking us or watching us.
Go ahead and make me a perception roll.
Yeah, sure. I did so good at it last time. Let's try it again.
Hey, I believe in you.
I do have a -1, not a -2, thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I will
actually turn another. I'll turn another card because you did use Rapid Read.
That's right.
Sure.
All right.
Thank me.
All right. Let's see how we do. The Ambassador, the Adept of Vision, Swans, Blades, and Water. Diplomacy, Reason, Discussion, and Intelligence. The offering of a broken blade is an overture for peace. Okay.
I think that just gets rid of the negative
Okay.
stab.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't add anything.
Well, isn't Vision Swans, Blades in Water, isn't that Maurice?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And aren't you doing the action? And it's the adept? Does that do anything?
Well, I'm the one scouting.
Oh, that's right. You're scouting.
Yeah.
Not the reading.
I was going to say, remind me.
Adept is just play another card.
Yeah. Excellent.
Right?
Oh.
I thought there was something else.
This is really fortuitous. You have the elusive sleep, which augments blue, and it weakens red. Meanings: futility, worry, stress, and awareness. Elusive sleep indicates one racked with worry, or should be. It might indicate that the stress that one feels is a real detriment, and that whatever is being attempted is utterly futile. Last, this card turn might suggest that the key to success lies in vigilance. The PC notices something vital. So, sleep can be difficult prey for even the most skilled hunter when it wishes to be. But you, Gabrielle, are a hunter. A hunter of not game necessarily, or maybe the most dangerous game. You are a hunter of people. You have had experience with a bounty.
Well, I mean Nazis.
Bounty hunting.
That's just not
Oh
people.
yeah. And not only that, you do know when you feel that you are being watched. And you do feel watched. But
Maybe I should be more specific. Am I being like watched by Twig's inner eye, which is aggravating but not a threat? Or is there somebody else in these woods?
Something malevolent is watching. But you get the sense that it can't take any action at this point, or perhaps it is biding its time.
I do think that Gav will unsheath the rifle just to have at the ready and sort of gesture. There's somebody watching.
Oh, that sucks, because I'm ashing my chambers over here. Fortinbras the cylinder starts to clank nervously in your hand.
Have you ever talked to Fortinbras before?
So
You hear a completely strange voice.
I immediately turn around, rifle at the ready, like thinking somebody was like out in the trees.
Twig like holds up the gun and kind of gives it a little wiggle.
Hello.
Did you wake this one up too?
You were there. It was like
It's never said words.
He talks all the time. To me. He talks
Not to
cool
me.
people.
I like to think that I speak mostly when it's important.
Well, let's try to keep it down, shall we? Because that feeling that we're being watched, it's not from you.
Well, all right. And then that quiver in the chamber just like dies down a little, but it's still there.
Oh, buddy.
You guys watch as this projection of Twig continues to move forward, this time at a more confident clip.
Well, it's probably a trap, so let's go.
Oh, it's definitely a trap. This whole thing was a trap.
Hansel, Gretel, witch, house, trap.
But is it a trap for us? Let's just go. What's the worst that could happen?
Please don't say
Don't
that.
say that.
As you say that.
No, it's too late.
As you say that, Hansel, Gretel, house, witch, trap. There is a house. As you make your way around down this path of discarded literature and periodicals, you see a house. It is not like any house that you have seen before. It is a house that seems to have been hollowed out into one of these massive trees. And there is a warm light on.
What could possibly go wrong in my side of the mountain treehouse and inside my brain/heart?
Does the projection go into the house?
The projection seems to open the door that does not respond to their touch, as kind of routine and habitually as you might imagine, and then disappears inside of the tree.
You know, it's a little disconcerting that this was theoretically in my head the whole time.
Or it wasn't. Maybe it's brand new.
I don't get that vibe, but who knows? I've been here for like, what, 3 weeks? I fucking hate it here.
Have truer words ever been spoken? If I could stand in my own head, I too would also say I fucking hate it here.
Mm-hmm.
Maurice kind of like shuffles his feet. He says, "It's got a bad feeling, bad taste in my mouth. The opera house. I don't want to just walk in again to a situation and respond to it. See, Gav, great idea. Let's look in the window.
Let's look in the window, and by let's look in the window, I'm assuming you want me to look in the window.
But I mean, fight you for it.
I'll
Go look at it.
Gab's head feathers sort of bristle a little bit, and she goes over sneaky style to one of the windows to try and like.
Okay.
But see what's going on in there.
As you move to the window, you see the projection moving inside, and their attention seems to turn to something in the kind of cabin, as it were, into this little hut, whilst putting away what look to be several kind of like jar-like implements into some kind of area that's just kind of outside of your field of vision. They seem to be having a silent conversation, almost like garbled by memory and by kind of like the ephemeral nature of this projection, before you see kind of like a more animated discussion happening before you see the projection almost turn to look to the window, before stepping up to the window right where your face would be, Gav, and seemingly draw something in front of their hands, which you realize were curtains that may no longer exist.
But it prevents me from seeing inside all the same.
No. You can see perfectly still. You just realize after they do that, however, that the projection kind of shimmers away.
Mm-hmm. And does it seem to like repeat almost as if this is one set scene that just keeps going, or does it feel alive?
You get the sense that this moment played out through some kind of like almost like some sort of magical coincidence, maybe because Twig is here.
Well, right. So I'm just sort of saying that, like, as I'm watching through the window, does it restart like over again?
No.
It just disappears.
Yeah, it does disappear. Sorry.
Okay.
I made a noise. I meant
That's
to
why
respond.
I was like, I heard like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What is happening then? I'm not quite sure what it is I did see in there. More projection.
But nothing immediately threatening?
It's hard to tell. This whole place feels threatening.
Twig, did you get that vibe? Sorry, Kiri. Does this feel different for you? Does it feel more threatening?
I mean, no?
I mean, it's kind of nice here. Sorry, Kiri. What were you saying?
I think that's precisely the problem, Maurice. We perceive this as a forest. It isn't. Fundamentally, this is a mind. And a heart, maybe both. It only feels like a forest, looks like a forest, because you've been led to believe that it is one. Because Twig believes that it is one.
So we should continue to move through it as if it was a space that eventually all forests have clearings.
Only way out is through.
I want to try something. I think Kiri walks over to a tree in this mind forest.
Okay.
And I think she wants to use her forte ability, Understanding, which is level 1 plus 1 die.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
Mm-hmm. I touch
That
a creature or objects
for you.
and gain a bit of information about it. Level, common name, nature, age, and so on. I don't control what information I get, but I can use this ability multiple times to get more information if I choose.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't like this at a personal level, and also I'm concerned for your safety.
What are you looking for as you use this ability?
I want to know what the tree really is.
Okay. So roll me a die. Roll me your spell die and add your add 1 to it for your Vancian mastery or efficiency, and anything else you want to add.
Yeah. This feels like an interaction. I feel like this also does feel like something that,
Yeah.
now that I think about it, I am interacting with Twig's mind space.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will drop an interaction bene in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 6 on the die, plus 1, 7, plus another 1 is 8.
Okay. We're going to turn a card.
How would you like it if I poked your electric jelly?
Hey, I've hosted people in my mind palace, okay? You're not the only one.
The unwelcome child, the apprentice of notions, cats, clocks, and wind. Meanings, bad luck, imbalance, things undesired, outcasts, duplicitousness. The unwelcome child is unwelcome because she is a horror. No one sees her for what she truly is, and they assume that the terrible things that happened around her have other causes. She maintains a facade of sweetness and love, exploiting our own inherent affection for children. She uses our desire to nurture against us. At best, once we have realized her nature, all we can do really is cast her out. Anything more would be wrong, for she is, after all, only a child. The unwelcome child is the apprentice of the Notions family and brings them no joy. A negative card to be sure.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
It
Negative
seems like
about
something
that?
is not what it seems to be.
Mm-hmm. All right, 1 second. Disaster strikes. A curse or plague ravages the area. An NPC has deceived someone. Someone is exiled.
Ooh. You don't fuck with my brain like that.
I'm trying to get information about your brain because you don't seem to know your own mind.
A child is involved in something of import. The cat knew the truth, but no one would listen to it. So, you get the sense that what is it you most want to find out here? What is is it a name? Is it a force? Is it kind of like, what are you trying to grok?
Well, I think Kiri's main goal is to sort of figure out, like, she's convinced of the fact that the mind forest itself is kind of like a framework that Twig, like, knowing what she does, and if she has to, I have to use a point of hidden knowledge, I feel like this makes sense as a way to spend it, because I think she understands how a mind palace is built and constructed, and like sort of engineering wise how it works, and from her point of view, how different is a mind than a mind palace. They're
Absolutely.
different but comparable. So I think she's thinking about this as like almost like a software engineer thinking about like a computer program or a simulation, like how that this is an overlay, this whole framework of a forest and a story, and like these vibes, these atmospheres have all been like engineered, but it's all on top of something as to give us like some sort of structure to navigate. She's interested in what's underneath that, like, what Twig has been led to believe this place is.
So the thing that immediately strikes you is the word that comes to your mind as you understand the words. The word that comes to mind is shield. And
Ooh.
You get the sense, however, like almost as though the shield is beginning to rust and to crumble, as though something is rotting or corrupting it. And you see, as you take your hand away, a snaking silver vine just race around the trunk of the tree that you've touched and almost reach out as if to grab at your wrist.
Ooh, I think she kind of like tries to step out of its way reflexively, but she's interested in it.
Make me a dodge roll.
Hell yeah. Dodging. I can throw one of my pretty little physicality bene in there too.
Ooh, excellent.
All right. Dodge roll.
Or movement.
Or that's true, movement. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. All right, that is a 7 on the die, plus 1, 8.
Okay. Let me just check something right quick. A 7 on the die, you said. Yeah, it reaches out to you and misses as if you realize it was kind of snaking as if to try to grab a hold of your whole arm, and it kind of rears back up.
I shoot it.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and fire off.
I said I had the gun out for a reason, folks.
Boom! You hear the report of Gav's sniper rifle. Make me an attack roll.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say you will need 2 successes to hit this thing.
Well, then I will bonk that with a sortilege. Give me that extra dice. There we go. That's making up for it. We've got 7 and a 9 on my sortilege dice.
All right. How much damage? How much?
For a 10.
10?
For damage?
Yeah.
Hold, please.
Oh, honey.
6.
6 points. You blow off this chunk, this almost like semi-pseudopod that has reached out, and you just hear this kind of like low rumble, as if in the rasp of the weeds, it's of this ivy, it's kind of being emitted, and it just, oh, you're here. I've been waiting. And you see almost like what little remains of this vine. It starts to kind of weave back and forth, looking explicitly at Twig as though it's a cobra.
Is there anything in that whisper that sounds familiar, or is it too susurrous to figure it out?
How dare you use my own tools against me? I think I will say, have you heard Dren speak? Yeah.
Yeah, we were all there when we took him out.
Yeah. There's that kind of like timbre and rasp to the voice as it seems to kind of perforate through this kind of shredding of leaves.
Maurice kind of narrows his eyes and says, all right, we have a shape to it now. Twig, lead the way, and he gestures to the door.
See you soon.
Shut up!
God, this motherfucker just not stop, huh? Fine. And I think Twig just opens the door, steps forward, takes like 3 steps forward, and opens the door, Fortinbras in hand, and kind of moves in.
Okay. As you move into this hut, it is long abandoned and ramshackle. The curtains that the twig manifestation, the projection pulled shut, are in rags and moth-eaten at the foot of the window. But inside, if it weren't abandoned, it would be relatively homey. As if kind of like a sanctuary. Perhaps kind of calling back almost a little bit to your home in just outside of the Topiary district. And almost as if kind of to imitate a scene from a slice of life, you see 2 almost topiary sculptures. What look to be 2 human figures having a conversation, seated on a number of bits of furniture that have been kind of haphazardly crafted out of the earth and, out of the roots and tree limbs that make up this interior hollow. And these sculptures, one of which is very clearly twig, green with shocks of pink blooms and blossoms running through their hair. And on the opposite side is one almost completely comprised of blue blossoms and kind of pale blue where kind of the skin might be, wearing a very kind of almost contemporaneous Visley dress of some sort. But their hair is a shock of green. And there seems to be a conversation happening between these 2 figures, if they weren't just completely still topiary sculptures. Close to the kitchen, or what could best approximate this magical kind of like hovel's kitchen, there seems to be a pantry with a door open, and there is light coming through just past these figures, as a back door kind of like stands ajar. And not only that, I think that's all you kind of get for now.
I think Twig is going to step up and touch this topiary of themselves.
Yeah, I think that, it's a very lovingly crafted sculpture. It looks as though it was made by a very deft hand. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm on high alert now. Like Gav just is by the door, I think, still with the rifle out, just waiting for the other snake to drop.
Okay.
I think Maurice will try to be last in the door, kind of still preoccupied with keeping Kiri, with the group lucid. And he's thinking about what he just read in the journal. We can come back to that narratively later. And I think once he gets inside, he wants to see what he can see. Maybe poke around.
Absolutely.
Without any shame or shyness. Okay. Nice place!
Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Kicking the tires on my medulla oblongata.
Sure. I'll spend 1 bene, 1 up.
Okay.
That is a 5.
Okay. The thing that you notice immediately is, I think, just because it was so much the heart of your own apartment, your eyes are kind of drawn to the kitchen. And you take a look and see that the door that's ajar to what looks like a pantry. And as you kind of step over, there's just this kind of light reflecting through this one of the openings in the hovel, off of moonlight, what you realize are kind of like some sort of sheen coming off of glass.
The light's coming from within the pantry?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the pantry.
There are 3 jars that seem to have been kind of stowed away into the back of this, and a slip of paper.
I'll grab the paper.
In a delicate hand, written on a note, always look to the light.
Eerie? And Maurice holds it out.
And I think that these jars, they seem to have these kind of molten ichor in each of them. And they seem to, like, as you kind of like exploratorily take a look at each of them, they seem to slosh almost as though the contents are alive.
This could be what past Twig was carrying. I suppose it's fruitless to ask if you remember working for Jaren. Could this be what he wants? What's in these jars?
Talking to me?
Yeah, or anyone. Hello?
Kiri, because you've had quite a lot of intimate experience with this process, you realize that these look like extruded memories.
What I thought. Yeah, Kiri recognizes these for what they are. These are absolutely... She cannot tell in this constructed framework of Twig's mind how real these memories are, whether these are facsimiles of real memories or the memories themselves, but she absolutely knows what they are. And it's because at one moment in time, when she visited Twig's house, she realized that on the mantle were the very... In retrospect, she realized on the mantle were the very memories of the war report, of that the denizens who participated in it gave up, and that Twig had kept them. Twig had taken them, in effect, or Okris had, or they somehow came to Twig's house. Anyway, she sees these for what they are and says, I think these are the lost memories.
And no labels. What a shame.
What if you just had Twig eat them?
Literally, as you're saying that, Twig has grabbed one of them and is unscrewing the jar lid.
Yeah, that tracks. I go back to manning the perimeter.
One of them is the one that you have pulled. In fact, actually, let me...
Pull a card.
Let's pull a card.
Fuck me up, baby.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, the dangerous elixir.
Bull.
Power,
Wow.
transformation, risk, and consequences. Its color is indigo. It is weakens gray. Powerful magic comes in small, perhaps even innocuous forms. The dangerous elixir proves that to be true. It is powerful and transformative, but is it a boon or a bane? Are the potion's effects harmful or helpful? It's all about the risk you're willing to take and the consequences you're willing to face.
What the hell is going on with the freaking Sooth deck right now?
An extremely powerful Vizsla is involved in the events at hand. An NPC takes a terrible risk to get what they want. Someone or something is magically transformed. Current events clearly carry major consequences depending on their outcomes. A test of bravery in a single bottle. So the color on the dangerous elixir card is green. And I think that's the color of this gelatin that is inside.
Am I doing a big jello shot of my own memories?
Could be.
Cool. Yeah, Twig slams that.
Okay. I will note.
Wait, you don't know who it is?
Yeah.
Someone in the cataract. We're gonna find out.
And you're suddenly possessed with the knowledge, with one moment in particular, that you realize that it felt so precious to you that you had to save it. You remember a few things off the bat. You remember that a place like this in the night side of Green is where you secreted these memories, but really the place where you could really hide anything and not have to worry about anyone being able to find it was inside your own heart. And so you hid these memories from Allegra, from the Spider Prince. You didn't have to hide Mott's because he was gone. He had gone someplace where whatever this is couldn't touch him. You couldn't, for instance, also hide the memories of, say, Okris, as Okris switched with you. So that was another thing you didn't have to worry about. But the thing that you become possessed with is just the desperation with which you had to secret this one thing. These memories. But something else, something that's still continuing to elude you, and almost as though to think of this moment, what overrides the gelatin, what overrides the memory, because it's a big jumble of the moments after you guys survived the attack on the Church of the Unknowable Angel, survived the Battle of North Taverswood. You remember stealing away these memories, stealing away something important, but more importantly, you remember her, the girl with the green hair, who looks to you in this moment, sitting down with you, across from you, in this house, or wherever it was. I just need you to know that I believe in you, and that I'll find you, or you'll find me. I promise. I have faith. Look to the light. And everything else is a jumble. Maybe something will happen in time, but in this moment, this one sincere bit between you and the person that sought you out at the start of the beginning of all of this craziness, all of this massive adventure, dystopian nightmare, like this moment overrides everything as she's looking at you.
Art in one of the hostile environments known to anyone. And there's two more jars.
And there's two more jars. One of them is a deep, shimmering blue. And the other one, a tinge of silver and black and blue.
I don't think... I think Twig starts to say, looks at Maurice and Kiri and starts to say that, and then stops.
What is it?
Memories. My memories.
That's good.
And I think is going to take the blue and the black and the silver and toss that back as well.
You're gonna drink.
Wait!
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh no.
Shots.
Oh, this could be interesting.
I don't know if this is a contested role. If you'd like to make it,
No, you
but
made it.
I think Maurice really
I think
wants
I've
to
drunk it,
stop
but
you.
I meant more like I think it's too late, probably.
It is.
But I think this is more about realizing why Twig started to say something and then stopped,
Mm-hmm.
and that
I'm gonna.
these are my memories was not
I'm gonna.
truthful.
I gotta turn another card. All right. The imprisoning ice. Notions,
Oh, no.
cats, clocks and wind, entrapment, imprisonment, danger, and conflict. Danger lies ahead. This card turn predicts a coming conflict with dire consequences. The person in question might be imprisoned or otherwise entrapped. Traps, of course, come in many forms. Emotional traps, psychological traps, legal traps. A relationship can be a trap. To escape, one must either act on the warning given by imprisoning ice or succeed in a bitter struggle. The ice doesn't need to hurry. You're not going anywhere. So, you drink this silver shot liquid with tinges of blue and bits of dark strands of black warp through it. And you are aware of how small your body is to fit the voluminous folds of your eight-eyed mind. The ability to feel the fate of the world, the fate of all spiders everywhere has been stolen from you. But you gave that up for a good reason. You became the Machina ex Deus, the machine, the artifice out of God to save this actuality, because you knew you were the only true spider that cared. But were you even really a true spider? Your mother's face, you picture deeply in your mind's eye as she looks on the people of the gray sun that you would visit, as if to say, these people matter, these moments, these lives matter. You care about them more so than I think any other being of the actuality does. You care more about Saturnine than the own council does, or at least as much as they give away. So maybe it's okay that they got overthrown, or maybe that they absconded or escaped or just were destroyed outright. You are the last bastion that, between the absolute dissolution and destruction of the actuality of the city that you have grown to love, you are the last guardian. You are the knight of the name. And you, true to your name, will protect what little memory remains, and you will return stronger. And you will bolster and guide these people to overwhelm this enemy that has lain waste to your home, away from home, the home that you made. Let's hope these cataract are up to snuff.
So, out of character,
I didn't want to know what my mom's face looked like. It's cool.
the out of character, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This rules. This absolutely rules.
Cool. I'm just gonna eat all the memories up and then figure out what I do with them later. That's my intention.
I will say this. You have managed to steal and drink one. My question is anybody going to stop them from drinking the third?
No, I want to hear all of them.
I think you have
Maurice's voice shakes, and he says, "That's not yours."
It's in my heart, in my mind.
You performed a service. And he looks at that and says, "That belongs to her."
you considered that maybe there's a reason why you asked me to protect it?
Kiri, what are you doing in the middle of this?
I think Kiri is just staring, kind of transfixed at the last memory, the last jar. And I think I'm interested in what, if anything, the Seed of Inner Truth has to say.
Seed of Inner Truth is completely quiet. Are you looking for something as if to ask it?
I think there's a feeling in Kiri. Call it an instinct. Something she doesn't feel very often. That memory, whatever it is, whatever it might be, maybe she doesn't want to know.
Maybe you don't want to know whether or not the mirrors are lying to you.
Maybe that memory will tell me. Maybe that memory will tell someone else.
And we'll cut back to Maurice yelling, I don't know. Why did I do it, Twig? You have my memory. Why did I do it?
I think Twig looks Maurice dead in the eyes and tosses back, presumably, Kiri's memories.
Can I contest this? I think I'm close enough to you to, like, wrestle you with it.
Oh boy. I'm going to tell you this. If this goes wrong, really wrong, for both of you, you can destroy this jar. So you begin to struggle for this. This is a contested roll.
Sure.
All right. Go ahead and give me your rolls.
I'm going to spend a sortilege. I'm going to spend... This is physicality, I assume?
Yeah, this is physicality.
I can spend up to 3.
Okay.
You ready, Hopper?
Yeah, let's fucking go. I have a question. Is this a spell or an ability targeting me?
It seems like you are, like,
Maurice just trying to wrestle me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to grab this out of your hands.
Yeah.
Mechanically, does that count as an ability?
No.
Okay.
This
cool.
is brute physicality.
All right. Let me double check to make sure there's not a thing I'm going to do.
You have a split second.
Hey, sometimes all it takes is, to be very clear, I'm also looking for fighting my shit on my character sheet. Oh, I think Twig. Yeah, I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Roll the dodge, and I'm gonna put a sortilege into that.
Okay.
Cool.
So,
the number to beat is 7.
And can I also put movement into a dodge roll?
I'm gonna say in this case, I'm gonna give you guys equal opportunity to spend however you want. So if you're putting in a sortilege and you're putting in a sortilege, I think that's fair.
Just sortilege. Okay.
Yeah.
The number to beat is a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm adding 2 to my roll because I have 2 in dodge.
Oh shit! What's the latest? Like we got a whole path of suns going on.
Oh
yeah.
Cats, clocks.
Hold on. I will change the path on the screen and I will tell you.
It's plus red.
The imprisoning ice, which is the imprisoning ice, which is augments red and weakens blue.
So I guess that doesn't do
That doesn't
anything.
really
Because we're not doing spells. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I have a total of. Let me make sure that that's correct. Yes, I have a total of 8.
All right, you win.
All right. I will say this. Kiri, are you doing anything in this moment?
Can I prepare a spell as a reaction?
Absolutely.
I would like to use Wadi's weightlessness and have that in the back.
All right.
Basically, if this jar drops, if this, she wants to preserve it.
Absolutely. So, Twig, you knock it back.
I think Maurice lunges forward, and Twig has always been an agile little fuck. And I think jumps backwards
handfuls of coat.
Yeah. Oh, and to be fair, do you want to grab bits of armor, because you can? It'll cut you a little bit. As Twig, they do like a 4-foot vertical backwards leap onto this table, from a standing position, and kind of looking down at Maurice with kind of a combination of puckishness and a little bit more just raw arrogance, I think. Like the sense of did you really think that would work? Tosses this back.
So the card that I have turned is the Blind Guardian. Visions, swans, blades, and water. Safety, impartiality, serenity, blindness, and challenges. An endangered person or place remains safe. An authority makes an impartial and fair ruling. A challenge arises with an obvious reward if it is overcome. Crouching before the door, the Guardian does not judge, only protects. As you ingest this third vial, you had before envisioned or had the memories of a being or creature that basically felt its own mortality, its own abilities shrink and diminish to accommodate a form in which it was forced. A strategic mind unparalleled, basically reduced into a mortal form, and limited by that. However, what you now experience is a strategic mind operating at the apex of mortality. Where before you were looking and seeing a semblance of a kind of a hovel, a kind of a construct within this realm, you now see the spells that have been worked and networked and frameworked into this. And you think to yourself as this kind of jumble of memory comes, just, well, yes, the project is safe. I know that much, but what little I can do now, I can just prepare, I can plan, I can set myself up. I'm going to have to sacrifice my grimoire, but I will be available when I need it. I just need Twig and all of the other members of the Cataract to at least help and approximate some semblance of the strategy that I've given them. There is too much at stake for any one bit of this strategy to fall apart. I have done the math, I have done the calculations. And as you start looking, your vision fills with the code of spell work and spell craftsmanship that make up this construct on the inside, this shield within your heart, and it strikes you blind. You have ingested 3 sets of memories. You are dealing with 3 separate ways of perceiving the world. And it has overreacted with your own physiology to the point where whatever kind of nerve endings feed from your retinas to your brain, that connection has been overloaded. You cannot see.
Can I resist that?
I'm going to make this a GM
Oh, are you
shift.
regretting your decisions?
This is a GM shift. This is something you did by choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
May I add something?
Okay.
Something you hear as Allegra's memory dwindles. It's almost like the recording over something that's been previously recorded before, like an intentional voiceover. My name is Magister Allegra von Hollingsworth of the Order of the Vance, and I am putting hasty words to paper in hopes that they will find someone, you, to read them and keep them as a written record of the events that follow. If I am correct, and often I am, these words may be all that's left of who I was and what led me here. But if it is a choice between vanishing entirely and continuing to exist as an imagined person born half fact and half fiction in the mind of a stranger, then by all means, dear reader, I can only hope that you will keep the custom and spare me a fleeting thought now and again, the last shred of truth in a story tamed by its telling. And the rest starts to get garbled. It's like there's a static. It's like something has corrupted the tape. It's like there's something on that, for lack of a better word, cassette tape, actual tape, that needs polishing or cleaning or something. Because there's words, there's more to that story, but you can't hear it. All you hear in your mind, tamed by sound, is Allegra's voice, and it sounds familiar.
And not only is it not yours, it's probably dangerous. Ah!
I think Twig's ears flick in annoyance.
What did you find out? Gab says from, like, she's idly been watching, but she's like standing over by the windowsill, propping her rifle up and half leaning against the window, like looking out with like one eye almost, but through the periphery, watching all of this happening inside.
Gav, you see reflexively Twig's eyes, unseeing, stare in your general direction, but do not make eye contact.
So here's a question. These are memories, right?
Mm-hmm. These are not just memories. These are the consciousnesses at that moment, at that point in time, that form those memories as well.
Backups. They're hard. They're personality backups.
I wouldn't say that they're personality backups. They're just a voluminous amount of memories from people that had radically different consciousnesses. What was it? You had a strategic mastermind and somebody that was formerly a demigod and god of strategy and weaving of magic crammed into a mortal body.
You've got to have a way to give it back.
You know for a fact that you can give these memories back. You just don't know how much time that's going to take and how safe it is to do here.
I mean, could I divine ability my memory spew spell?
You certainly could try. It'd take a lot of sorcery.
I mean, I got a lot of physicality still.
Your call, my guy.
I think Twig stares past Maurice. I think they're like kind of looking in the direction of your voice and kind of crouched on this table between the two like topiary representations of this unknown person and a memory of themselves. They're truths, Gav, but I don't know that you necessarily want them.
Truths? What kind of truths?
You know, sometimes it's better not to know who you are.
As you say that, the light in the hovel flickers and gutters out. The only thing that remains lighting this place now, that you can't detect anymore, Twig, is the light outside the back door. and all of you begin hearing the rasping and the shudders of movement in the grass outside the hovel.
I don't think we have time to debate this in here.
Well, I'm blind, so...
What?
We went through all this trouble to save these memories, and you're telling us that we don't need them? Maurice goes towards the noise. Jaren, I swear if that's you.
You just see snaking along the grass multiple vines making their way towards this tree. You see one of them kind of rearing up from about 20, 30 feet away, winding, and you see the vines start to wind together to form a face.
Is this at the front door or the back door where the light is?
The front door.
Maurice changes his mind. He pivots, and he grabs roughly Twig's wrist and pulls him towards the back door. And he's...
Can I use an action to refresh my sorcery?
You may certainly do so.
Cool. As Maurice grabs Twig, I think Twig just kind of gags a little bit, like, and makes kind of like it's uncomfortably similar to a cat. It's notably more similar to a cat coughing up a hairball than it used to be. And I don't think Twig would realize that unless you pointed it out, and they would be pissed off about it. Roughly how much would this take? Do I need to hit a 13?
I'm gonna say this: if you hit at least a 10, you can extrude those two memories. If you want to extrude all three, you will need 13.
What card's in effect? I do not wish to extrude all three.
Okay.
Silver is emphasized with Blind Guardian right now.
Yeah.
Is anything negated?
Gold.
Gold is negated.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at a blue spell, I believe. So, yeah. Let's see here. Where are we? We are at Memory Spew. So I need to spend. I need to hit it if I want to hack up two of them.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need to hit?
You need to hit a 10.
12? A 10? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just spend the extra. I'll spend the 7 to just get me there.
Okay.
So do I need to roll still?
No, not at all.
I'd like to deduce something that would buff this.
Yeah.
I want to retcon that as I saw the whatever Silver Vines thing, I did the Forte ability, Weaving the Tail.
Mm-hmm.
My next action and the next action of all my allies are enhanced by 1 die. At the same time, up to 4 minor events occur that are favorable to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
So
let's
you get
for a flashback.
you get an extra you get an extra die on this hopper.
Yeah. What does this look like as you kind of? Is this done begrudgingly? Is this something that just flashes reflexively?
No.
My ability?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, this was like I walked towards the noise all confrontational, and I was like, nope, ain't it? Nope, not that.
Mm-hmm.
On Twig's part, Maurice has grabbed their arm. I think with their other hand, their arm holding Fortinbras kind of off to one side, and then they raise their other hand and just go. How'd that come through the audio there, folks?
Oh, great. Fantastic. I loved it.
So
No one was
good.
eating.
No, it didn't work. Can you do it again?
I'm going to veto this one.
And coughs up with 3 dice. I'm gonna spend slightly less because I'm actually not gonna spend the thing to do the max because that's just really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a feeling I'm gonna need every ounce of Bene I have.
Could be. All right.
So I am going to however still spend the extra. I need to hit a 10.
Yeah.
I'll spend 2.
Okay.
So that puts. I only need a 3. Oh, that's a 9, a 7, and a 3.
Perfect.
So we're good.
You're good. So my thing about this, I'm curious, as you extrude this, like, is it your intention to give it back to them?
I think Twig coughs them up. Can I see again?
I have a pitch,
Yeah.
and maybe we need a tarot or a sooth card to.
I did use a spell.
Yeah, you did.
Well, that too.
Mhm.
But like, are these memories still separate?
Ooh, that's really fun.
Don't do
That
that.
sounds like
They're both
a
strategic
question for the
minds.
Sooth deck.
The fleeting moment.
Like you said you were gonna cough up all of them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
two of them.
not yours, just two.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, fleeting moment, indigo, strengthened, gray, weakened, time moves inexorably forward. Sometimes it moves so quickly that we lose track of it. We try to watch, we try to pay attention, and yet it's gone. Mercurially, it slips through our fingers. Time can move so rapidly. In fact, we can lose time. Look at the clock, it's 6:22. Look again, seemingly a moment later, and it's 8:05. They say that there was once an hour that came after midnight, but eventually it moves so quickly that it disappeared altogether. If that's true, perhaps it's the fate of all time, and the midnight hour will flit away next. Time is elusive and impossible to hold. No matter how you try, it's a force even the gods fear. Something strange happens with time, or the perception of it. Blink and it's gone, a moment too quick to perceive, but your whole life is made of such moments.
Oh.
I would point out that I have the armor of the 13th hour on.
Oh.
Yeah,
Stop rules lowering your consequences.
Yeah,
That's why I have it.
it exudes out of you, out your eyes, out your nose, your ears, those cat ears, your mouth, like a mist. And the mist seems to circle around and invade the nostrils and the mouths of both Kiri and Maurice, as a jumble of memories are mixed up inside of each other. I'm going to draw one more card. This one stays on the
I
test.
hope you're proud of yourself, Bill. I'm sure this won't have any other consequences because you asked the teacher. You didn't even ask. You asked the teacher for a pop quiz.
All right.
You suggested a pop quiz.
Who is Mysteries, Rats, Mirrors, and Stone?
Me.
All right. I hate to do this to you.
Oh no. Right.
Maurice, what does your mother's face look like?
Oh. Can we not go into graphic detail about that? Just we can imagine.
Oh no, this has nothing to do with your triggers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It is a face with deep laugh lines around the corners of the eyes and mouth. Very brown, bright brown eyes with flecks of gold. And kind of the face, deep laugh lines, but a weariness to it as well.
And Kiri, you see a loving, beatific human face in your mind, and you know the face and the loving look of a mother, and one so much warmer, looking upon you with more gentleness and care than anyone in your family has ever shown you, at least from your memories. And you have the stark realization that although the Spider Prince's father was a true spider, this woman was very human. And Maurice, you see all of the angles, everything, every corner, just out of your reach. You have the ability to strategize, but you don't have the faculties to feel the inevitable effect that your strategies will have. You have access to something here, a manner of accessing magic that you hadn't had access to before. Maurice, you realize you now have the ability to cast Alpha and Beta Vancian spells. As the spell writer, the first beginnings of the vestiges of this memory come back to you. But it's all a jumble. It's all chaotic. All of the formulas are all over the place. You would have to study one of these spells nonstop before you could really kind of make sense, and maybe something would come back, but you're also wondering what kind of ripple that's going to have on the strands of the web further out. It's all crazy. It's all coming down around you, and there is something terrible at the front door of this place, looming after you, inevitably, like a 13th hour.
I think part of this feels very comfortable and familiar to Maurice. And after the initial shock of experiencing this memory and the mist going up his own nose, he whirls around, ready to direct everyone else in the room. Twig is firmly in his hands. He yells to Gav to cover our exit, and then locks eyes with Kiri and says, "Follow me."
Excellent.
You just hear Gav shout, "I was already doing that!"
A+, kid.
Point of order. Can I see again or no?
I'm going to turn a card. By the way, the card that I turned for determine what happened there was the Ghostly Presence. Okay. This card that I've turned is the Relentless Rumor. It accentuates green. It weakens pale. Endless half-truths, incessant drives, ruthlessness. I'm going to say to the PC... something the PC is using becomes addicted. She didn't want to hear what he had to say, but she couldn't stop herself from listening. I'm going to say, because this is a green card, I'm going to give you back your eyesight. As something snaps back and you have like what you realize is the limits of your own consciousness back upon you. And you... your vision comes back just as you look out the front door, and you see a massive looming face of silver constructed out of vines.
I think Twig kind of takes that in, looks at Maurice, and kind of goes to shake him off their arm. Does he let go or no?
Now that I see that you're looking back, absolutely.
Yeah, Twig looks pissed. And not just at this fucking thing. Their ears are pinned back. Well, I hope you're happy. Don't listen to the person whose head you're in. And just raises up Fortinbras. You got this, big guy?
Well, I don't see as I have much of a choice, huh?
Nobody does. And Twig opens fire.
Okay. You see whatever you have fired into this just kind of like erodes a big splash of this face, and it slowly begins to reform. Whatever is kind of, you realize that whatever this creature is, whatever Jaren has become, seems inextricable.
Jaren, you dick! Don't make me eat you again.
It's your own thoughts of him. I don't think you can kill that.
Oh, I think I'll be doing the eating. You may call me Jaren the Devourer now. And it begins to surge forward.
Faster.
Is that a good break?
Yeah. This, I was going to say, this is coming for you through the front door. It is beginning to regenerate. Do any of you make an exit? What do? Do you break for the back door?
That's what Maurice was doing, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Okay.
I mean, Gav's got the gun on it, but seeing it reform, it's just going to be... The name of the game is slowing it down as we get out.
Kiri's gonna do one thing.
Okay.
How close is she standing to the topiaries versions of Twig and
If you're making an exit, they're through that route, so you're right next to
Cool. On her way, Kiri is going to cast Uella's 1,000 word, level 4, +1 die, with a single word, I grant an inanimate object the power of speech. It speaks the language of Vizsla. I can speak with it, but it is not automatically predisposed to help or hinder me.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, my past and current treatment of the object affects its reaction to me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have an additional forward from, or dice or something from Bill's ability.
Yeah. Very cool.
Delightful. I will add another.
All right. What'd you do?
Interestingly enough, that is 7 on the 1, 3 on the 2nd.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
She wants to give the Green Lady Topiary the power of speech.
And I think the lips begin to move, as almost as though kind of life is beginning to return, and you see the petals beginning to form the beginnings of speech and words. Do you ask it something? What are you trying to determine?
Kiri doesn't have a lot of time, but insofar as she does not have the ability to awaken anything, just give it the power of speech.
Mm-hmm.
I think as she's going by, post this spell, she whispers, help them.
I am.
They may need it more than you know.
I know. But I believe in them. And I believe in you.
Belief is not enough.
And Maree yells, follow the light!
I'm deeper inside. The other one, they will help you. Beware. The thief of always.
Thief of always.
And this is all you have the time to say before that a silver vine crashes through the topiary sculpture.
I think Twig kind of grabs Kiri's shoulder as they're backing away, firing Fortinbras at Duran the Devourer. Fucking jerk off. Kind of drags her towards the exit because it feels like you're kind of in a thing. Does that feel correct, Marissa?
Yes. I think she very much, up until that point, was... When Kiri's mid-conversation, she is not necessarily paying attention to what is happening around her.
I think also I think that your sense of danger is completely skewed right now. You have no idea, I think it's almost kind of like all of this is almost like an out-of-body experience in some ways.
Yeah, she's still very dissociated.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are pulled through the back door with everybody else. And that is where we're going to take a break, but not before.
Uh-oh.
All of you find yourselves in the central area. You realize you have just emerged from the gift shop of what looks like a large museum. And on a placard, basically on kind of like a sandwich board not far away, thank you for visiting. Please exit through the gift shop. And below it, in a logo, you see written, the Gallery of Endings. And the person that you see accompanying you is no longer the familiar countenance of Twig. And instead, you see a no less familiar form and no less dangerous one. Okris has returned to play. And that is where we're going to take a 10-minute break. All right. So
this isn't your first time, is it, Zach?
No, I've been saving this stuff up. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad to resume the story as crazy and as surreal as it is. We will be back in 10 minutes. So in the meantime, grab a drink, refresh yourselves, get some water, get something to eat, grab a nice cold alcoholic beverage, and you will join us for the second half of The Hole in the World.
Or a non-alcoholic beverage.
Yes, that too. Whatever your beverage of choice may be. Thank you. Everybody, welcome back to part 2 of The Hole in the World, an actual play set in the Invisible Sun RPG by Monte Cook Games. I am once again joined by my lovely cast. You guys have already witnessed that we are now in the heart of Twig's heart. But also, that Twig's heart also belonged to Okris, so it's also Okris's heart. And now we find ourselves once again face to face with our good, old, maybe grizzled, maybe a little bit angrier friend Okris, in the heart of what appears to be a museum gallery, named the Gallery of Endings. So with that knowledge, I'm going to put on some more music, and let's pick up where we left off. So, I was going to say, Okris, you have been witnessing all of these Vizsla trying their best to assist Twig, but also seeing Twig frustrate their efforts. What kind of runs through your mind as you look at this kind of motley crew of Vizsla?
I think initially there's the consideration of like, oh, I'm in control again. Assuming direct control.
Direct control.
And this museum, whose is this?
I'm so glad you asked. Why, my guy, it's your museum. It's the museum, the Gallery of Endings. There is, in point of fact, as you kind of like get your bearings, you feel something looming behind you. And all of you now, having kind of caught up to your surroundings, you kind of look up past where Okris is standing. And you see the tower where all of you made your last stand in the Church of the Unknowable Angel as the Cataract. You see the tower in the middle of falling on top of your heads, frozen in its ending in a moment. Okris, as you kind of look over your shoulder, you are faced with the greatest ending that, came to your attention during your service with the last gasp. Whether it was a success or whether it was a failure is up to you in this moment from your perspective. But it was an ending.
That's success. Okris looks distinctly different than Twig. It's... If you were to actually point out all the reasons, it would be a little bit harder. But, for one thing, Okris is the same exact height, but feels taller. They feel like they take up more space. They're wearing kind of a patched, lightly dirty field jacket over this armor of the 13th hour, but in this place, the armor of the 13th hour appears more like the armor that you originally saw them in when they first joined the Cataract, this inky black armor of sharp, hard planes. But in this case, there you can see the clock faces kind of swirling through that, even now. Clearly that this is a combination of a memory of them, like kind of what they hold of themselves and the reality of the situation. Their eyes are bright, fiery, and just kind of stare very piercingly at all of you. And notably, instead of Fortinbras in their left hand, there is an old, battered sledgehammer in their right hand. The head of it on the stone floor of the museum, and their hand placed over, kind of resting, almost like a swagger stick or a cane.
I never thought I'd be so glad to see you.
I guess I didn't expect to have company here.
What you said about Twig. You're right. They're dangerous. They're impulsive. It's been a mess.
You didn't believe me.
Don't feel bad. They didn't believe me either. And Gav sort of claps a hand like on your back. She's not going to say in so many words, it's good to see you, but you get the vibe that she feels a little bit more relaxed now that you're here.
Mea culpa. You were right.
What about you, Kiri? What is your kind of reaction to this familiar face?
I mean, last Okris and Kiri had any interaction, it was fairly hostile, I think. I think it was Okris kept calling Kiri Allegra. Kiri didn't really know what to make of that. Also, Twig was like missing or presumed dead, and Kiri kind of felt at fault, and like a lot of Okris and Kiri's interactions had been like, send Twig back. What are you doing here? Who are you? And so, like, I don't know, to see Okris again, it's not necessarily for Kiri a positive development. But also I feel like, I don't know, like she's in Twig's mind / heart palace right now, and like there's a lot in there she doesn't understand, and more than she thought would be there. Like she thought she had a pretty good grasp of Twig as a person, and I think there's a lot here that's like surprising her. So also now she's curious. And Okris might have answers.
I think if anything is going to distract Kiri, it is the scope of this museum. Looking down a hallway, you can see it. That hallway seems to have galleries opening up off it, and it runs as far as you can see and does not appear to stop. You just can't see the end of that single hallway. And looking to your left and right and behind you, you realize that this place is incomprehensibly vast.
Maurice looks for a light.
This is a very tastefully lit gallery. Just kind of almost as though you had walked into the middle of, let's say, the MoMA. Everything is very kind of neatly arranged and frozen in moments of endings, as though just preserved in an invisible amber. But as you kind of like look around, Kiri, you notice something, which is you have the sense of there's a bit of a trail off of Maurice's head as he turns. And you realize something. You can see almost a ripple in the air around Maurice. In fact, Maurice, what does it look like when you perceive the weave?
I think it's something that it's like looking at another romance language. The cognates are there. The Vancian way of magic. Oh, yeah, it's basically the same. I mean, it's more vibes than words, but it's the same structure.
You get the sense of something completely untapped now available to you. Kiri, in this moment, you get the sense that there is this kind of tangibility to the magic that you perceive that seems to emanate off of Maurice, Gavriel, and Okris's forms, as though you could almost reach out and not just touch it, but just shape it.
Interesting. I feel like Kiri, she's just kind of curious. I think she'll sort of walk to the back of where Maurice is standing, and almost like, you know, if like when you go to like pick an eyelash off of someone's face that's there, just sort of experimentally try to like take a piece of this trail.
I think Maurice tunes into this immediately. He says, "You just... wow."
You felt that?
And saw
What are you doing? I was just watching you wave your hand in front of me.
Maurice puts both of his hands, one and then the other on Kiri's shoulders, and kind of like looks through her and says, "I guess we share this now, don't we?
This?
Us."
If you're going to kiss, please do it outside of the twig's heart.
What? I feel
Yeah, I think we swirl our heads in unison.
What are you doing? Not to break up your heartfelt moment or what's going on here, but
you don't see this
here.
And as you are pointing out things, Kiri, the thing that you see that kind of stops you is almost these strands of fate or power that seem to be emanating from Okris. And not only that, it's like almost like a magic eye puzzle, which is if you look at it a certain way, you start to see all of them at once, and it hurts your eyes because every one of these strands of the weave seem to connect to the works. There is a very taut, very large, like thick cable of weave binding this falling tower directly to Okris, as though this ending is a part of their soul, their essence. And there's something that's kind of tickling the back of your brain as you think about this. But just something's familiar to you that you're not quite getting the full grasp of yet, but that's probably because your perceptions have shifted so much, so quickly.
Gav's right. We have more pressing things to talk about. This is still the forest. It's the same space. It's just yours. Am I getting that right, Okris?
I'm not exactly an expert in the internal machinations of the body that we are bound to.
Do you know why Jaren's here?
Spite.
And what about the lady?
I don't know.
Nothing to you.
Have you ever heard of the thief?
Yeah, the thief of what? The thief.
Yeah, I was trying to remember
the thief of always.
Of
thief
always.
Of always. Hey Zach, can I pay you some hidden knowledge?
Absolutely.
How much hidden knowledge would you like?
Your money's no good here.
I'll tell you what. You can spend up to 3 hidden knowledge for this,
Cool.
because you're in your home turf. I am going to need. You can use this is magical knowledge or kind of like informal magical knowledge. If you hit a 10, I will tell you something.
Cool. So I will spend 3 hidden knowledge. Can I also spend Bene if I'm using hidden knowledge, or am I
Absolutely.
Am I doing a roll?
Yeah, that's something you can benefit. You can add.
Okay, I have 1 in magical lore, and I will. This feels important. I'm gonna dump all 4 of my. Wait, can I do that? Do I have that secret? Fuck. Stand by, please. Do I have
Buffering. Your GM is buffering.
Yeah. I do. I have divine ability.
Okay.
Wait, no, that's forte abilities.
Okay.
Elevate spells. Nope. We're just gonna. Okay, so I'm rolling with +4. I'll spend a sortilege.
Okay.
No. Intellect. Dump all the intellect because it's either one or the other, right?
Right.
Okay. I will dump. I can't spend that much intellect. I will spend a sortilege. I am going to be rolling with +4 from 3 hidden knowledge. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. 2d10. That's a 7 and a 2, so a total of 11 and 6.
So.
The 11 is on the 7 is on the sortilege dice, if that's helpful.
A thief of always. What is always?
I swear to fuck, if you tell me this is me, I'm going to be so mad.
What is always but life? What is a thief of life but a vampire?
God damn it.
See, we just gotta stake it.
The thief of always. Do I know that this is Kesh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's just say they're in the room.
You? Oh.
The other one.
The other one.
I saw them once. In a mirror. They were kind of interesting.
Do you know if they would be allied with Jiren? Or is Jiren an enemy to all?
I don't know. All I can tell you is that there's a reason why they had us created.
Kiri, as you hear Okris say this, 2 of these big cables light up, going separate directions, deeper into the gallery, as though called from this memory, or just rather kind of tapped.
Okris, this is going to sound a little bit strange. But when you remember something, it affects your magic. And it seems to be pointing in directions. Has that ever happened to you before?
Zach? Is this a new phenomenon?
This is literally, I will say this, the thing that happened most recently that you would know is that you saw a projection of Twig kind of follow into that hovel in the forest. And as the passenger, you would have seen that as well.
But is this like something that has happened in the past to Okris while in the museum?
While in the museum, you can't. The only person that is the people that are able to perceive the weave, if they're looking for it, are Kiri and Maree.
So I just straight up can't see that. I'm unaware that
Although,
this might have been happening the whole time, and I would have not have known.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if you sort of feel, this is maybe more metaphysical, but a sort of question of like, do you feel like a pull or a tug or an instinct? And you don't know why, you don't see it visualized, but like sometimes things in the museum, in the maze call to you and you go there.
What do your elf eyes see?
Yeah.
Correct.
I will say this. You have had, I mean, it's like any kind of synapse firing. Like you just realize that, you know, maybe you want to see something or you want to look at a piece of this gallery. I mean, how many days have you spent here since the last time you and Twig switched?
A lot.
So you know that there is one piece in particular, as you mentioned, Kesh.
I will say I have perfect memory.
Yeah.
So, do I know where this light is leading us?
you know where one of them is leading you. And I will say that it will take you to your most memorable rendition of Kesh.
Need to remember to put up a no visitors sign.
Speaking of, we were just running from Jiren. Are we?
I was there.
Right. What happened? How'd we get away? Where are they now? I'm not expecting you to know. I'm just maybe hoping.
I'm imagining that they're probably still here. We're in a mind part.
I don't know exactly how you're here at all, so I assume that has something to do with it.
Well, we were trying to put your heart back in your body.
Normally one of us is bound.
Oh, maybe just no signs of Jiren before just now. You've been in here this whole time? No signs of Jiren?
GM?
So you get a sense of... So you haven't seen Jiren here in quite... There hasn't been anything... there hasn't been a sighting of anything like Jiren or any kind of what they're describing to your knowledge. The one thing you will, I say, note, however, is that you do kind of feel an urge to try to look for something that you don't think you have knowledge of. You do, however, I will say, having been able to kind of be a passenger, you can kind of catch up to some of Twig's memories. One of which was, that said, your own memory of Jiren was killing him in the war report. But also you have Twig's memory of killing him in the Silverjack Casino.
Can I ask you something, Ogress? You may not be in a position to answer this, but I think it could be important. So I hope that you'll try. Do you have an emotional connection to Jiren? Like a bond, or something involving feelings?
Business is concluded.
Concluded. I think that's a yes. So that's why Jiren's here. Because in your shared heart, because the two of you, and maybe even the third, I don't know, have some sort of... It's deeper than Jiren just being in your life, no.
Well, he's been killed twice, and he's still back. And if the Pale can't hold him, then it's my problem.
But you see, if he's here in a mind, it's because you won't let him go. You understand that, right?
Ogress just stares kind of coldly at you.
Trust me, I know a thing or two about mind palaces. The people who show up are the people you think about.
Ooh, can I be a dick? Is that
Please.
cool? I liked your sister better.
Ooh.
And then Ogress turns and begins walking towards where this visceral memory of Kesh resides.
Absolutely. Are all of you following?
Yeah.
Good, Marissa. Okay.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. Actually, that actually is making Curie feel better because she's being differentiated. So backfired, baby.
Oh, buddy.
You all kind of are walking for a bit, and it's like any large gallery or museum. There are all these little side galleries and passages leading off, and these strands are kind of coming up, and I think they're like flaring a little bit, like little tiny little synapses that just kind of glimmer as Okris looks in recognition down each of the hallways. Their eidetic memory just kind of serving as a way to kind of like walk down memory lane, as it were. But this strand that they are now following, this thick cable of weave, is constant, and it's flaring as they get closer. And all of you enter into a gallery, which outside says our durance. And as you are walking and examining the gallery, there are all these kind of small pieces, maybe 18 by 24, 24 by 32 in height and width, kind of like just a picture. And there are all these kind of like small paintings and different sculptures and mixed media pieces that Okris, you recognize that these are all endings that you served while in the employ of Kesh. And these are many of these people were very close enemies of Kesh. Many of them were the family members that they couldn't reach, whose enemies they could not reach, and so they visited pain upon family and upon allies and upon people that were not directly antagonistic. Kesh cut a bloody swath through the underworld and through innocents alike, and you were an instrument of that destruction, of those endings. And in a place of honor in this gallery, taking up a massive wall, a mural, that on the placard you see where a medium would be light and memory by Okris Twig. The triumph of King Nine over the thief of always. And you see a almost kind of three-dimensional static image of both you in a raw elemental red sun form, not unlike that of a demon, binding one side of Kesh, with Twig wrapped, the elemental form of Twig wrapping the other and binding Kesh, them, as what looks to be, there is prostrate on the floor an older man who seems to have become a burned out husk, and then wreathed in candle flame, leaning towards a form, a body, a pallid figure, sitting on a throne, a form that is so familiar and indistinguishable in principle from your physiognomies. You realize unmistakably this is Kesh. Kesh being bound by your elemental forms as a figure wreathed in candle flame seems to speak something into their ear, as they look on with horror, their eyes filled with blood. And in the description on the placard, using one of the 7 deadly words, the 9th king fell, only to be replaced by his son, King 9, who ultimately triumphed over Kestrel, the thief of always, with the assistance of a well-timed betrayal.
Lighthearted, huh?
Very.
A lot to parse.
It occurs to you, Okris, as you sift through Twig's memories, there is a reason that King Nine dared not lay a finger on Twig, instead offering them a new contract. They owed their monarchy in the criminal underworld to yours and Twig's involvement in the overthrow of Kestrel.
Do I remember whether it was part of the deal that we would end up with that asshole trapped in this body?
That's a good question. I think I'm going to turn one final card.
I could see that going either way.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes tools don't want to be tools anymore.
The Raven, the companion of Secrets, Ravens, Books, and Flame. Meanings: jealousy, sight, and trickery. Companion to the Secrets family, the Raven sees everything and tells nothing. The Raven is smarter and wiser than it ever lets on. Its intelligence, however, manifests in crafty solutions to problems. Some might use the word cheating, in fact. The Raven's weakness is greed and jealousy. It wants what you have, and that probably means your secrets. Can you keep them from its watchful eyes? Is it even worth trying?
Well, that's my card.
Mm-hmm.
And the companion does what now?
What does the companion do? Bill, do you happen to know?
I do. Let me scroll up.
Yeah.
Companion duplicates the effects of the previously played card, which was the Relentless Rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Also Secrets, Ravens, Books, and Flames, plus... I need to make it bigger. Plus green, minus pale.
Endless half-truths, incessant drives, and ruthlessness. There is never real truth in whispered rumors, searching for authenticity amid the clandestine. Furtive words of a rumor is a fruitless task, and yet still we try. We listen. And as you listen, you hear the words coming off of the... out of the canvas, from out of the scene, which kind of almost unfolds, like as though it's happening in an inset room rather than across a canvas. You see the bound Kestrel looking defiantly at the son of the ninth king, a new monarch born wreathed in candle flame. And he says, "And don't you always know there must always be a ninth king?" To which Kestrel replies, "And there must always be a thief of always. You think this will contain me? That I will die? That even one of these deadly words could kill me?" At which point, King Nine chuckles. "Of course I know it won't kill you, not permanently. But I have a solution to that. You are to be bound inside your own rotting husk. You should do better as a powerful goetic. At least you would do better if you knew that sometimes you must placate your servants." And you see these elemental forms that are inescapably you and Twig draw the bindings tighter. As King Nine steps forward, whispers a word into Kestrel's ear, and you watch as Kestrel's eyes first fill with blood, shedding tears of blood. They cough, gag, and die for what appears a short period of time. ostensibly. And then King Nine wipes the blood from his face, looks on with grim determination to the two elementals, says, "Very well. Let's get to work." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So, I'm going to kill this music right quick. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed our return to form for this episode. Lots of revelations, more to come. But yeah, is everybody enjoying finding a heart? Are you feeling? Would you prefer to remain heartless?
It's just as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Beware when you get what you want.
You get what you want.
I too am trapped in my own rotting husk.
That's so true, Bestie.
Yeah. Mood.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us. I think now is the time. We're going to go off screen and we're going to handle our character recap separately. We're going to do advancement and kind of some new stuff. But in the meantime, before we hang it up for tonight, let's go ahead and do shout outs and plugs, starting with Marcy.
Hello. I don't know when you're viewing this, so it's very hard for me to make a plug outside of continue watching stuff from Manipod Studios. We do have a lot of things. I don't know how many Gotham episodes are available by the time you're watching this, but hopefully more because we're recording more now. Spoiler alert. I have no idea how well that audio came through, but you know, poorly.
Rhubarb.
And the spoilers are still mine. Yeah, I think that is all I've got, folks. We'll see you next time.
Excellent. Bill, what about yourself? Shout outs and plugs?
Let's see. I'll do a shout out to the group of people you see here on screen. We are defeating the enemy known as calendars. We're doing it, and I'm very, very happy to bang this out. Sounds more sexual and perfunctory than I mean. But like we're doing this, and it's a joy. Also, that's that too. And shout outs, friend of the show, Jeff Stormer, Party of One Pod. Check it out. They're doing a bunch of cool new stuff this year. I'm supporting them on Patreon. And yeah, so check out Party of One Podcast, Jeff Stormer, official, unofficial Olive Garden LARP creator, among many other titles. That's it.
Awesome. Moving over, Hopper, shout outs and plugs.
Hi, I've been Hopper. Sorry about that. I'm going to continue to be Hopper. And I, unlike Bill, am very happy to be banging this out. And I mean it in exactly the way it sounds. My shout outs and plugs are... You know what's bad? Fascism.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's kind of happening in the US right now? That. So, be kind to each other and maybe take extra steps and push yourself to go places and do things and meet new people and push your own comfort zones to try to be a better member of your community and talk to someone who you don't think you understand and give them a chance and listen to them. Unless they're a fucking Nazi. In which case, I think you know what you should do. But
Shoot them. What?
what? Spoiler. I had no idea.
I think my microphone just glitched. That was weird, guys.
That was strange.
Did you hear that?
Wow.
But yeah, there's a lot of organizations doing their damnedest, despite the crumbling of our society into a fascist hellhole. So support your friends and neighbors, be kind to each other, and educate yourself, and be ready for all the shit that's about to go down, I guess. I don't know. I'm sad and depressed and kind of horny now too. So that's all I really got for you.
Marissa, shout outs and plugs.
don't know how to follow that up. Except for, I suppose, in addition to resisting fascism, you know what one of the best ways to resist fascism is? Supporting the arts that fascism wants to suppress and kill and defund. Because it turns out that the National Endowment for the Arts has been pretty much gutted. And for literary organizations in particular that were set to receive grants, 41 out of 50 awarded grants have been revoked because books apparently are threats to the world when fascists are ruling it. So, you know what we do about that? We invest in it ourselves. We give the cool people doing cool creative things money. We help them, support them, signal boost them. We buy books. We go to theater while we still have it because it's important. So yeah, I think my plug is the arts, whether in your local community or more broadly on a national stage. Support them, support creatives. It's important. Creatives cannot be replaced by AI, despite what people like, Doges may have you believe. So keep fighting the good fight. And half of that is keep fighting for human creatives who are artists trying to say things with their work. These lovely people included.
Guys, for my own parts, I am going to echo what a lot of people say and fight fascism. We're in the grips of tyranny, and we will not forgive ourselves in the future if we do not resist. So bear this in mind. There are a number of really cool local mutual aid organizations that I can actually read off and rattle to you in Brooklyn alone. There is the Golden Harvest Food Pantry. There is the Brooklyn Immigrant Community Support Group. So that's BICS. There's Red Hook Mutual Aid. There's Greenpoint Community Kitchen. And that's just in Brooklyn. And I'm literally looking at a list of dozens. We have We the People NYC. We have there's some also amazing, national charities like RAIN that you can support and lend aid to, or you can be a volunteer and help people out who are suffering and help them to kind of recover or to remain solid and kind of remain solid with solidarity and union in the face of a lot of these challenges. So keep that in mind. As for art, I will say that honestly, I've been experiencing a lot of amazing games from indie developers that are really cool. There are a lot of trans authors of TTRPGs and LGBTQ authors that fall outside of the trans community, but are no less worth your time and attention. There are a lot of different works of streaming and different games by BIPOC creators that I think that really deserve your attention and, more importantly, your dollars and your support there. One of the things off the top of my head, I believe there was go on Itch on any day of the week practically, and there will be a massive fundraiser for these communities for games, and you'll get like 50 of them, and they'll be 5 pages, 10, 20, sometimes full books of 200 pages and every dollar that you spend goes towards those communities. So you should feel free to do that and support these communities that need your help. So that's one big thing. And as for other shout outs, you know what? I'm going to shout out Andrew Krug because he's a cool guy.
Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Andrew's the best.
Yeah, he's great. What was it? Apropos of nothing, we've got a lot of friends of the show, but I don't know if I've ever shouted out Andrew Krug specifically, and I'm doing that now.
Oh yeah, catch him on where?
Counterparty. Which had a wonderful D&D show on TV, officially through Dungeons & Dragons, and has 3 seasons, I believe, of podcast to catch up on. So check them out. But in the meantime, guys, take what... I know things seem dire, but the thing about this is ultimately... we have stories to inspire the example and to inspire the changes that we want to see in the world and inspire tales of resistance. And this is a tale of resistance. This is about a world reflexively fighting against fascism that seems overwhelming and implacable in nature. And that's an example, I think, that we all should be fighting against, or fighting in a reflection of, I should say. So guys, in the meantime, do your best to help other people where possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and most importantly, may the invisible sun shine on you all. Thank you guys. Good night. We'll see you again for the next episode.